right, hello and welcome to Kettlebell Strength. For today, we've got a 45-minute class. We're going to be doing a lot of repetitive kind of stuff, focusing on repping out movements rather than our flow to achieve our strength goals here. So we're going to start with warming up our feet. We want to make sure that we've got a good stable balance for today's work, a lot of kind of single leg and more balanced focused work. So let's start with a manual foot massage. So go ahead and get comfortable, and we're going to take one foot into our hands and just begin by pushing both feet in, or both thumbs. Well, I'm gonna be mixing up feet and hands a fair bit here. So we're gonna push both thumbs into the middle of the ball of the foot, get a good amount of pressure there, kind of curl and fold your foot in, almost like you're trying to make a fist as you push the thumbs into the center there. Let's take it down now. You're gonna pull your big toe back, make a fist with the other hand. We're gonna use the knuckles to scrub the bottom of the foot and warm up that plantar fascia. And just top to bottom. And then you can go across and work the sides of the foot as well. The idea is we want to create friction, movement, and heat. Let's take it up to the toes now. We're going to give each toe a little massage, bend it back and bend it forward. Start with the big toe and then work our way down. Give that toe a massage, bend and stretch. Continue on, moving down to those smaller toes and smaller and smallest. I'm going to take our fingers and weave them in between our toes now, like you're trying to hold hands with your foot. So you've got your knuckles up into your toes, like you're holding hands with your foot. And let's mobilize all those toes, let them stretch wide, and also give them some bends forward and back. Maybe take that into a circle. And finally squeeze the fingers together like you're trying to pull your toes off, and keep pulling, pulling, pulling. Stretch those toes out until your hand becomes free. And finally, for this foot, you're going to wrap one hand around the top, one hand around the bottom, and you're going to twist the whole foot using the heel and the toes as the ends to twist the foot as if you're trying to wring water out of a rag. You can go both ways. Really focus on getting that heel bone to move around. I'm going to create space in the ankle joint. Once that foot feels like all the bones are mobilized, you can rub it down, top of the foot, pull that skin all the way down the toes, give it a good skin slide, and we'll move on to our other foot now. So let's start ball with the foot, push both toes in, and we want to work to get that foot to curl around, rolling all the knuckles. Getting almost like you want your toes into a little ball of your fist. And let's crank back the big toe and scrape that fascia. Top to bottom. You can use the knuckles of your other hand, or you can use your thumb if you like. And side to side as well, working the sides of the foot. Those toes some individual massages, starting with the big toe, and we'll work our way down. Bend and stretch, and move on to the next toe. Give it a little massage. Bend and stretch. next. Can you hear the crows? We have some crow excitement happening out here in rural West Marin. Bend and stretch, move on. And finally, the last pinky toe. Give it a massage, bend and stretch. We're gonna go for weaving in between now. Get those knuckles up to the toes, stretching the toes wide, and give them some good wiggling. Then let's squeeze and pull until finally the hands come free. And now we bring that wet rag of a foot out. Really get mobilization through the heel bone. You want to feel everything in the foot moving around, all those bones as you twist and untwist. Reason being, we have a floating bone in the ankle joint that doesn't have any muscles attached to it. It's unique in the body, and that bone is going to rely on movement around it to help keep it mobile and supple. So really important, we want to make sure our feet and our ankles are really mobile and juicy and ready to move around. We've wrung our wet rag out. Let's give it some top of the foot skin slide. Push the skin down the top of the foot all the way over the toes. Maybe feels a little bit like a skin burn. That's fine. We don't want the skin burn. We just want the skin to stretch and slide and be good and warmed up. All right, let's take it up. Mobilize these ankles a little bit further. We're going to be standing in a split lunge with your feet lined up heel to toe. So we want them in a straight line here. And we're going to drop down and up. Our goal here is to get a nice stretch out of our back foot here. You see how I'm getting a nice deep ankle angle. And we're going to do 10. Drop down. Keep both heels planted firmly on the ground. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, and last one. I'm going to switch the feet and repeat. Keep the heels planted. We're going to drop down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's go wide now for some Cossack reaches. Get a good stretch of that inner thigh. Center your weight over this foot. Make sure your knee, ankle, and hip are all lined up. We don't want our hips in the middle. We're gonna drop that hip down. Up to the middle and to the other side. We're gonna do 20 reaches. Shift the weight fully from one foot to the other. 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Last 10. 9. Last 5. And 3, 2, and 1. All right. Now we're going to do a reverse lunge with an overhead reach. So we're going to be reaching over our front leg. So if we step back with our left leg, we're going to want to reach over our right side to touch back towards that ankle. You're going to do 10 times. You can just stay on one side. Keep that balance focused. 4, 5, and last 5. Last 3. We're going to switch sides, now reaching the other way, stepping the other foot. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's take it down to the mat. We're gonna get started with our kettlebell. You don't need anything big. A medium weight with a good sized ball would be nice to start with. Something that has a decent amount of elevation off the ground. My small kettlebell, it's a little too small for what we want to do here. We're going to start with 30 seconds. We're going to do a plank walk up and over our kettlebell. So make sure your kettlebell is sturdy in the middle. And we're going to have one hand up on top of the kettlebell, one down. We're going to be in a plank. And you're going to step off the kettlebell, up onto it with your other hand, down to the middle, up onto it. So we're going to go side to side like that, using our kettlebell as an elevation as we walk side to side for 30 seconds. Second exercise, we're going to turn over. We're going to put our foot up on this kettlebell. It's going to give us some elevation for a deeper single leg glute bridge today. So foot is up on the roller, on the kettlebell. And then we're going to be lifting up. We're going to do 10 each side of that single leg, foot elevated on our kettlebell. Well, let's get started with 30 seconds of our plank walk. You can set up in a quadruped position, one hand already onto your kettlebell, and then we'll just reach back into our plank from our quadruped position, up and over to the side, and switch. Just walking, practicing shifting elevation here. Halfway. Let's turn over. I'm actually going to use my higher kettlebell here for my part 2. We're going to do 10 each side of that glute bridge. So you're going to put one foot onto the kettlebell so it's elevated. That's going to give us more hip range of motion. You can lift the other foot up. You can keep it tucked. You can lift it up, whatever feels good to you. We're going to squeeze those glutes, push down into the kettlebell, and lift up for 10. 3, 4, 5, and last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch those feet and lift for another 10. Five, that's halfway. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down for a quick rest, and then we're going to repeat our sets of our plank and bridge. Let's get set up. Quadruped position. You can have your hands in place. Gonna lift open those legs to a full plank position. Keep the knees soft, don't lock out, and walk side to side. Last 10 seconds. Bring that kettlebell down and to the side and turn it over for 10 bridge. 1 foot on the kettlebell and lift for 10. 9, 8, 6, last 5, and 1. Switch those feet over and 10. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna take that quick break one last time to run through one more set here. Kettlebell to the middle to prepare for that next set. It's a gorgeous day, love being outside. I wanna make sure I put the sunscreen on the face. Are working out outside, just make sure you're taking safety precautions. We all like to have healthy skin, so a good zinc mineral sunscreen, it's a great thing to just splash on before you head out. All right, ready for our last set, starting with that plank. Set it on up and walk to the side. Get your full weight onto that kettlebell. Practice having that mixed load. Last 10 seconds. Kettlebells down. And last time here. Throw that foot up on the kettlebell. Make sure you're nice and close. You don't want to be too far, get too much hamstring. Push those shoulders out and down to the floor and exhale as you push for 10. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides. Final 10. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, nice warm up for our glutes and our core. Let's take it on up now. We're gonna be doing 2 kettlebells here for our next move. So you wanna use kind of a mix. We want a bigger kettlebell because we're gonna use that for support, just like we prepped with our plank there. So we're gonna have one hand on a kettlebell. I'm gonna use my largest kettlebell here as my support. So you can put that in the center of your mat, center of your space, and then we're gonna have a smaller kettlebell on the other side. So we're gonna be supporting, we're practicing being elevated on that bell with our weight supported on it. We're gonna go onto a plank now. So with one hand on my kettlebell, the other is going to be rowing this kettlebell up. We're gonna do 10 on each side here. We're gonna follow it up with a pullover. So just laying down with our feet on the ground, core nice and tight. You're gonna hold the kettlebell by the horns with your hands around the ball. Inhale, keep your core tight to the floor. I don't wanna see the back arch. And then exhale, push down. And we'll be doing 10 of those as well. So 10 each side on our row with a plank, and then 10 each side on that pullover. Let's load it up. Get your kettlebells arranged in the way that is the most helpful for you. In my case, that's the way that has the least amount of sun in my eyes. Let's get started. You can grip onto the kettlebell with your hand that's getting ready to row and start getting that support down your hands into the kettlebell that's laying on the ground, onto the body, the bell of the kettlebell. And then let's reach it back, foot and foot. Soft knees. That kettlebell is giving you a higher elevated surface to pull from. And we're gonna pull for 10. 9, 8, you wanna pull the shoulder back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can bring the knees down. We're gonna switch sides. Get your set up. It's important to make sure you've got good support on that kettlebell because we don't want our wrist wobbling side to side, so make sure your kettlebell's in a nice level spot. Let's set up in that plank and pull for 10. Shoulders back. 9. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we can leave those kettlebells there. I'm gonna lay it down for that pullover. So I grab the 2 horns as if I was holding a goblet style and then slide my hands down. So I've got my thumbs hooked under the handles of the horns and my hands on the ball. Take a moment to get that core in line, nice and tight, solid to the floor. You're gonna inhale, reach, nice and slow, keep your core tight. Exhale, push down. For 10, 9. Keep the shoulders low, away from the ears. Last 5. 3, 2, and last one. Bring that kettlebell down. We'll take a quick rest to recover, and then we're gonna repeat that set again. Come here, kitty girl. Come here. I think the animals seem to know when I'm doing classes now because they don't go on camera as much as they used to. They're just right over there where you can't see. Let's get set up for another set now. Get the kettlebell where you like it. Load up so your hand is steady on that kettlebell. Reach back into the plank. Soft knees, shoulder back. 10 times. 5. Last 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch it over. And Set up that plank again. Pull for 10, 9, 3 and 2 and 1. Let's bring it down for our pullover. Make sure our core is nice and tight, secured to the floor. Inhale, reach. Keep the shoulders nice and low. And 5. Last 5. And 3, 2, and 1. Give those kettlebells a rest. We got one more set with them. Have your 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go again. Ready for that last set. Set up on that kettlebell. Last time to pull. 10 rows. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch it over. Final set. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last pullovers. Let's bring it down and reach for 10. Keep the core tight, shoulders low. Last 5. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Excellent work. Nice job staying with that core work. We can finally get up and be rewarded. We're going to be doing some kettlebell single leg deadlift, but we're actually going to be doing B stance deadlift. So we're going to be keeping our second foot on the ground instead of kicking it up and back and elevating that. And we're going to be following that up with a front raise with a nice slow down on that. So for the B stance deadlift, same setup as our single leg deadlift. We're gonna have that kettlebell next to our foot. So here's my single leg deadlift, right? I lift the foot up. We're just gonna be kicking that foot back. Now notice my hips are gonna stay over my front foot. I'm not gonna have my hips in between my 2 feet. So I wanna stay loaded on my front foot. This is light, unloaded. It's basically a kickstand. And I wanna make sure that as I come down in my deadlift, my weight stays in my front leg, and this back leg has to bend, get a good bend there, right, to accommodate. If it stays straight, really inhibits my deadlift. So soft and light on that back leg. We're gonna come down, pick up with your opposite hand as your standing leg, just like a regular single leg deadlift. You're gonna pick up for 10. Let that back leg bend. Keep your weight in your front leg and your spine neutral and up. This is 3. Shoulders back. And last 3. 2 and 1. Kettlebell down. You can step up, switch that back leg, and go in for another 10. Last 3, 2, and 1. Kettlebell back to the ground. Now for this front raise, we're grabbing the handle. We're going to pull up and go slow, 2, 3, down for a set of 10. So pull up and slow, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, and 10. 2, 3. Kettlebell down. We're gonna rest. We gotta work through 2 more sets here. Move my mic so I don't bump it with my kettlebell. I think that'll be better. All right, time for a second set. V stance deadlift first. Get your little kickstand back there. Nice and light. And lift for 10. Weights in the front foot exclusively. 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Kettlebell all the way down and switch. Two, 3, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down and pull up. Up for 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, and 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, and 10. 2, 3, and rest. We got one more set to get through. We'll do a quick little stretch out, and I will send you on your way to enjoy the rest of your day. We're almost there, so just hang on for this last set. All right, step that foot back. Let's make a little kickstand. And 10 times. We'll deadlift this. 2, 3, 4, 5. And last 5. 3, 2, 1, and down. Switch sides. Last 10. Last 5. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, don't forget the last part. Back down to the ground. And last 10 front raise. Pull. 2, 3, and 2. 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, and 10, 2, 3. Kettlebell down and rest. Let's take a big circle with our arms and reach up to the sky. Go post the arms, bring the toes together, squeeze your butt, and extend back. And bring it down to a forward fold. Let your arms hang, and then let's plant the hands down. You can bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, glance up, nice flat back. Roll it back down, hands to the floor, and let's walk those feet out nice and wide. Walk those hands over to one side. Try to bring your chest to your knee, stick your butt in the air, and keep your legs straight. Let's reach. So if you're on your left side, you're gonna reach your left arm under. If you're on your right side, you're gonna lift your right arm under and reach across to your other leg. Open up your top arm. Roll that shoulder open. And then sweep forward. You can reach both your arms as you reach. Relax down. Walk over to the other side and pull your chest to your knees. Stick your butt in the air. Nice straight legs. And we're gonna relax it down. Reach that arm across and roll open your top arm. And sweep it forward. You're gonna reach both arms and reach. Lower it down. Walk it to the middle and drop your butt. Look up. Drop your head, raise your butt. 2 more times. Drop your butt, look up. And up. 1 more time. And this time you're gonna open up, reach with one arm and the other. 2 more times. 1 more time. And raise your butt. And roll that spine up nice and slow, one little piece at a time. Shake it out, bring your feet in. Give yourself a pat on the back. Thank you for showing up on the mat today with me, working it out, a little strength in the outdoors, and be safe. I will see everybody tomorrow. We're gonna have a 30-minute nice mobility session, so I look forward to seeing you then. Otherwise, take care of yourself, be kind to others, and do good in this world.